I am also feeling it. The weird temple of Torgan. Wait, what was it?
Torog.
Open it up.
Bring us in.
T-O-R-O-Egg.
Welcome to the Crypt Files, everybody. Your once weekly follow-up podcast, rather, to the once weekly in at the end.
Was that whiskey pretty good?
I haven't tried it yet. I decided I'm going to try and save it for the next recording session. So
I can try mine out.
The Bible.
Oh yeah, give us a sampling.
Give us a good sample.
And many of the Samaritans of that city believed him for the saying of the woman, which testified, he told me all that I ever did.
Just hang on.
Wow.
Pretty soon
It picks
there
up.
will be.
It picks up.
Yeah, there's child murders and all sorts of things.
Just wait till you get to Revelations.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
fucking
okay.
seals and a guy riding a white horse with robes of blood. By the
sounds
way,
cool
you
as hell.
don't have to take that if you don't want
Oh, I
to.
will. It's going to be hilarious. I'll put it on my bookshelf. Kate will get a kick out of
I
it.
won this at D&D today.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's all. That is the first thing I'm going to do when I get home.
I thought that would be so
what I
funny
got.
to put that in there. I don't know why. I just laughed so hard when I put it in the back.
If I hadn't known that
Big
was
print.
in there and I drew it out, I would be like, "Did my parents call you?" And like, they heard that I was playing D&D.
Just trigger you just enough
Yeah.
to make you like doubt. God.
Okay, but
Anyway.
but okay, Crypt Files
Torgod.
and the
Torgal.
Bible.
Oh.
So the Codex Gigas, I believe it's called, the Devil's Bible.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So there was this monk. I can't remember his predicament, but
Are we in the Crypt Files right now?
yeah. But it was basically
Can't you feel it?
it's in the air.
I never know.
Just
when
by the
we're
way
starting.
that Caleb won't shut
Yeah.
up.
No,
Oh,
guys,
okay. Yeah, there we go, there we go.
Listen.
The
So-
Codex Gigas.
He's
So,
the Alex
anyway-
Jones of this podcast.
So there's this monk, and he got in big trouble, and was gonna be like gotten rid of, and he promised to make a copy of the Bible that is the most beautiful copy of the Bible that anybody's ever seen.
Right.
And they took him up on the deal, and he had one night to complete it.
Oh, wow.
The weird thing is he completed it, and there's like these illustrations in there of like demonic looking things and stuff.
Nice.
So it's got like all these airs of really spooky kind of stuff.
That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
So who
But-
has that book?
Who has it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Probably the Vatican.
They have all the cool
But
stuff.
if you Google Satan's Bible or Devil's Bible or Codex Gigas, you'll see it. It's a very iconic depiction of the devil with like talons and
Right,
horns
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, this is definitely giving me like some Satan-y kind of like vibes.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like when Finn and Jake go to the Nightosphere.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
And everything is just comically like evil.
Yeah, going down into that like area with all the bones and shit, like and the like thing with horns.
Yeah.
I was not.
It's not a cool
enjoying it.
zone. Like
Yeah.
that was when I went into making this, I'm like, okay, this place is gonna be a temple to this terrible, awful deity. And like, how do people worship a deity like this in this kind of way we recognize, where there's like a temple and you have acts and it's like, this was a very fun thing to make, even though I'm not a big fan of like, you know, the aesthetics of torture, or no, I'm not a fan of torturing and like the descriptions of that kind of stuff.
Right.
I do love the look of it.
Like
I
the
love like
implied
hanging
aesthetic,
chains and like bones everywhere.
You like the image of torture.
Yes, yeah.
He wants
I
to put
want-
on the goth makeup and
Some people like
That shit's
mid-century
cool.
modern. You like Death Dungeon.
I mean, that's the thing. Anybody who's played Magic the Gathering, especially in the early days, you get
Yeah,
yourself
those-
the artifact, the rack, and you're just like, this looks
fucking
dope.
yeah. All those swamp cards are just way cooler than all the white cards.
Plus, Caleb earlier indicated that he was born before The Princess Bride came out, and that movie kind of defined a sort of aesthetic for
I think
torture
that
as
was
well.
the year that I was born. Was when Princess Bride came out.
when did that come out?
I think 1986.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah, I was born way after that.
Yeah.
I'm
So many years.
'cause I'm 21 years old.
That shouldn't have been as funny as it is. So anyway, so Caleb knows all about that.
Yeah.
He just knew the exact sound that the fire swamps made.
Yep.
So I want to know, like, what's gonna happen to like your guys' characters? Like, as
I will say they're gonna show up soon.
I think we are actually dead. We are now Corgan and Dorgan for the rest.
They tried to find you guys. They were holding hands somewhere in some cave.
The idea of that like tunnel system of like constantly drowning over and over again was terrible. And like I could only imagine like Ace going through that and like feeling like his life force leaving him, and then seeing Ben like struggling and like gasping, and he's just reaching out for him and can't hold on to him, and it's like I feel like that was kind of rough on Ace.
For sure. Yeah. I tried to make like every aspect of it. There's like some form of torture just passively. Like the way you get to this prison is torturous. The sound in it. Like I wanted something like where you guys could explore this place and not worry about like raising an alarm. I'm like, well, it's super, super loud in here.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so loud that it's like terrifying. Like every piece of this is there to just kind of poke you in the wrong way.
Yeah, it seems like a place that it doesn't need wardens and things like that. It just takes
That's
care
what
of
I
people.
thought. We're looking for guards and shit, and I was like, are there guards in a prison like this?
Yeah, what do you think of all the like people that are prisoners, like that we saw,
right,
and are in this place? Like, what
Simon
do you
would have
guys'
tried to have talked to
characters
him
think?
for sure.
right. My first thought was like, I definitely want to like, if I can free them. I don't think that goes against our bargain with Dress. So if there's a way to liberate anybody, I definitely want to.
Yeah, especially if they can help us
it
battle that
doesn't
fiend.
It doesn't exactly feel like that's going to work the way that we want it to, but
Yeah. Well, and with everything having that necrotic spell on it, like we can't even access the levers that we think might handle the chains
open
and
them
stuff.
up, and
So,
but you know, maybe we get the key from somebody that
or the
this
tools.
fiend might have
the tools,
like some kind of, and we do have tools that could potentially open it.
right. You know, and we took a little bit of a rest here, so maybe some of us understand. I didn't take any tools, but maybe you guys will understand what yours do. I got a fucking 5-headed dragon statue.
So were there
fucking
3
insane.
pieces of art in there, or was it just the last and the most?
Yeah.
So the
Concerning.
there was,
2 others were sold.
The 2 others were sold
So
for
they're out
I
there.
love
high
that.
prices.
I love that that's out there.
That was the key to everything. When I was writing this, was that workshop. I'm like, this is what they do. Like these, you know, because you saw the Harris family is kind of like, you know, regal and wants to have this.
Why are they mixed up with this dark?
And like
Yeah.
everybody
And it's-
recently finished Andor, so you know that like that's what prisons do. No? Okay.
I haven't no.
I finished. I was the only one that got that.
Thank you, Dash. Andor, the Star Wars show. Anyway, moving on. It's fucking really good.
Not
Watch it
that
if you
big of a nerd, so
It's
Wow.
fucking really good though.
We're just here every Monday night
Yeah.
playing D&D.
I don't get into the Star Wars nerdery.
I like how everyone gets defensive, and I'm like, but bro, it's really good.
But yeah, the art making, that was like this is what they do. It's like they bring people in and
torture them to
they torture them to make their art worse.
And so is this
or
guy
they
tortured?
teach people how to do art really well, and then they bring them down so that
That's
they can
like
make
real
these
dark magic. That's
That-
like,
yeah, because
is
these art
very-
pieces are then like, these are artifacts too. Like if you have one of these and you worship Torog, like this is an embodiment of what you believe in.
because anything, there are cultures that believe anything you put your hands to has your energy or mana.
Your mana.
Yeah.
Like that kind of a thing. And so to put somebody in a position where they are just in utter torment and forced to produce something means all that torment is focused into that one
Right.
piece of art that other people are going to admire on some level.
Right.
And that's really disturbing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that some rich Musk-esque
For sure.
person bought
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
Or an Alex
if you ever
Jones.
meet like some rich person, they have like this kind of like thing. You'll be like, hold on a second.
One of them's got to be a painting of
oh,
Kramer.
dude,
right?
is that like how like Harlan Crow or whatever has all the Nazi stuff?
Yes.
And this is Haven's version of like Nazi stuff is like Torgal's.
I feel like
Never fucking remember his name apparently.
I
Torog.
I feel like our like abilities, like between me and Ben, really helped us out a lot.
Yeah.
Your guys' magic detection and all that kind of stuff really
That was
kind of
huge.
helped.
Yeah. I feel like that really helped us through this.
I think you would have found
area.
out things were magical in a different way.
Yeah.
Trial and error.
Yeah.
Here's this really painful like necromancy
Corgan
spell.
and Dorgan, go try that door.
Like try that lock.
Since you've all kind of bypassed those locks now, you're pretty scared of them. Like the idea is the locks are easy to pick. Locks are super easy to pick. They want you to pick the locks. They want you to think you can get freedom
but
then it just
you.
like it just
and what's
does
the
something
spell?
bad to you.
Yeah.
No spell. It's just 2 levels of exhaustion.
Oh, that's even worse.
Terrible.
Yeah, especially if you've been in a cage for months.
Wow.
And you open the lock and then you suffer the exhaustion and then you die.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
rough. Yeah.
When you have the most amount of hope you've had and who knows how long.
Right. You hear that click.
Yeah. And then wither away.
Poor little people.
Poor people.
For some reason, I imagine Balin in this prison. I was like, how would he get out?
He'd find a way.
Yeah. And then all of there's like these secret caves that you found.
Yeah.
And they just all loop back on each other.
Oh, like false hope.
Yeah. Exactly.
that
They,
sucks.
because that's the thing. They want to build you up and then.
No.
He's giving us a lot for the metagame minute
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, you've gotten through you've gotten through the big.
So
we have
it's
the
too cool to
celestial and we
not
have the
share.
yeah,
field.
yeah, exactly.
I want people to
we
know.
missed last week, and I've just been bottling it up.
Yeah.
You know.
if everybody's art is this sort of embodiment of this evil, then what is this art that I have?
Exactly. This is different than those other pieces.
Go ahead and metagame it for us.
Tell us exactly.
I feel like that's important to the story.
Yeah.
So there's
Here's the thing.
there's two
not.
more out there.
It's not. This is tangential to the story.
Are there 2 more beautiful ones out there?
No, those ones are very dark.
Oh, so this is like the good one.
Yeah. In essence, this was this prisoner's salvation.
Like their defiant act.
Oh,
Exactly.
That is sick.
Exactly. And I'll
Oh
give you
my
I'll give you
God.
more as you look into it. But it is a powerful magic item that will benefit all of you if you keep it with you.
Oh, it's got 5 heads.
And so the 5 heads
if
and the
Corgan
platinum.
and Dorgan get blessed by it and not Simon and Val because they weren't here in time or
So
something.
you guys better be nice to Gorgon and Dorgan.
So the imagery of it is this dragonborn who is a prisoner and was just trying to reach out to some divine force, not Torog, right, to try and find something out there, but was unable to, and until they were able to make this piece. So they tried, failed, broke that piece. That was the third to last piece. Tried, failed, broke the second to last piece. Tried, succeeded, and made this idol of a 5-headed dragon for Tiamat and a platinum dragon for Bahamut as the gods of dragons and of Dragonborn. And so with that, making that, his soul was able to pass on to those realms as opposed to be dragged down to the Underdark.
It's fucking
The
epic.
amount of constitution or fortitude to do that in that situation is
willpower. Dog.
admirable.
Yeah.
I want to
Wow.
know this Dragonborn's name.
I wish I would have
We
found
have his
the,
name.
If you,
I gave you his
jewelry
name.
His name is
crafting
fucking.
kit.
His name is.
He's got a full title. Hold on. Let me
I knew
get
Alex
it.
wouldn't have thought of this.
Ludwig
much.
von. I couldn't remember if it was glitter scale or hammer scale.
It is Ludwig
Oh, that's right.
Vorn, Glamour Scale.
Glamour
That's
scale.
right. You said it in the game.
Prince of the House of Treasure of the Great Houses of Drakenreach.
Dang.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is our bro now.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but how does he identify?
As a they. Mostly.
Yeah.
When I was thinking about it, I was like,
As a
yeah, no,
dragon.
they probably, as a dragon. Yeah.
Prince of the Great Houses of Treasure of Dragonreach.
Prince of the House of Treasure of the Great Houses of Drakenreach.
Close enough.
Yeah.
We'll go.
I mean, it's
He
one.
spent
It's
time on this. Man.
that's the thing is that's one of the areas. That's one of the nations of Haven where I can pull just long, ludicrous names. Because that's such a fantasy trope. It's like,
Yeah.
they like that shit,
Yeah.
right?
The
dragon that founded that empire has got the longest name.
Well, this is so meta and stupid and not important. But when I was creating Arthur for the last campaign in Haven, sorry, his name's Magnus. I thought it would be so fucking hilarious if he had a long ass name. Like, I dreamed of this for a long time when I was making the character. He would have this long fucking string of name and be like, but please, you can call me by my title. Lord, blah, 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 blah.
A still long name.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
no, very
like
good, yeah.
Zonin of who?
Yes.
I thought about that for a long time. I workshopped that on people. Like, would that be funny?
Does anybody listen to the Hello from the Magic Tavern?
Yeah, occasionally.
Okay. Check it out.
Was
Just
that
checking
it?
in.
Was
This
that
is
it?
like an ad within the.
Any follow up was dependent on people knowing.
Yeah.
And if Rhett's the only one, I don't care.
All right.
I don't want to.
So Jesus, yeah. Well, there's a lot we could talk about, but I think most of our questions will hopefully be answered next week.
Yes, I want so much of it to remain unknown.
Not me.
Because
I
it's
want
so
to know
cool.
it all.
Yeah.
I want to discover
There's
stuff.
still a lot to discover. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely are saving the I think the juiciest rooms for last. With that divine sense, you definitely got a good vibe of what's going on.
And thank you for allowing your employees to finally take a rest, because
Yeah, we needed that.
We could have done that any time.
you kept waiting like, go through that door.
Not
All right,
me.
I'm half dead, but whatever.
It's fine.
So that's the big question then. Full blown meta. Which door are we going in next week?
The Fiend
door?
Yeah, the Fiend
I
door.
think Fiend. We already cleared it.
We
What if
cleared the Fiend door, so we need to go and find
And
out
we
what's
got
behind
rest.
the Fiend
Like,
door.
yeah. There's a chance that we may not get a chance to heal up.
I mean, hopefully the Celestial will realize, we defeated the Fiend, so let's have a conversation instead of us fighting.
Because we took care of the dog under
Yeah.
the caretaker's house
Torgog
first.
be a
Yeah.
celestial?
This Fiend thing has to be a bad
Well,
thing.
I'm curious if Cable and I's characters are going to show up next session.
Yeah.
I
I don't know, man.
Be nice to have the whole party.
Maybe we're just done
Yeah.
playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just.
It was their
I
time.
feel like you guys are going to fall down that waterfall into the bone pit, and we're like, oh, hey.
There was a few places I could have put you guys in, but it was just so much fun having you guys
good.
play the NPCs.
Yeah.
I think I will have you probably immediately next session hop on in. There's a secret door that is in this room that you are all in that I'll just have you pop out of.
Cool.
I did roll as you were in the caves for something like bad to happen. Something bad didn't happen, but I thought what an amazing thing it would have been. And I think I should have just went with it, is as you were like in the caves, if you found the other two dead. But it was like an illusion.
that.
But
would
like
be
if I
so
just
awesome.
sat
That'd be
on that,
cool.
that would have been like shit. Like as
That would've been
a
fucked.
meta,
Meanwhile,
narrative
we're
of
expected to play Corgan and Dorgan like nothing happened.
right.
It's fine. You guys are just
Well, in
Corgan
the
and
back of
Dorgan
my
now.
mind, I'm like,
Hold on.
is Simon
yeah.
really dead?
all of
Right,
the
right.
character
Just
development
to have that like uncertainty going forward.
Fuck.
that would have been fucked.
Y'all saw how I reacted to a room full of old bones.
Yeah.
Imagine my homies. All right. Well, I feel like we could keep talking about this, but that feels like a good place to leave it. So thanks everyone for following along with the Crypt Files. That's our follow-up to the once weekly hit, America's #1 D&D actual play Let's Play podcast.
Let's go.
At the end. We're going to go ahead and be back. In the meantime, anything that we have to offer for y'all, you can go ahead and check out at
Infowars.com.
.org. Don't go to Infowars.com.
We are officially endorsed.
Check out Conspiracy Corner with Corgan coming. No.
Sorry, Rhett, we derailed.
No. I'm thinking that would be a great podcast.
Yes.
And I'm like, how much effort is that, you
And-
know?
It's worth it.
Anyway, go to theendattheend.com or dndpodcast.org. Follow along at our blog, whatever that's called. It's on the podcast website.
Yeah, we haven't been drinking at all tonight.
Mail us things at P.O. Box number 2, Turner, Oregon.
979.
Zip
It was fun.
This is the best outro ever.
zip
Hey,
code to
fucking
be
get it.
disclosed.
At least he's saying it in his sultry voice.
Yeah. I lost my voice over the weekend, so
This is how babies made.
Yeah.
This voice.
are you guys sensing another? Because me too. Whatever. Jesus fuck. Let's get out of here. Grab your sword. Keep on adventuring.